Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. NRG versus Luminosity. We are here, and we are ready to get this BO3 kicked off. And NRG going to be starting the CT side. LG will be starting on the T side. And already, it's a quick play towards Monster. Fugly looking to take the challenge. The smoke's going to rain in onto the site. Can Fugly hang on? He's going to duck and dodge on the pillar. Gets one. The second's there, but it's just out of his reach. As the trades will come through, LG get bomb site control. As Daps is going to pop some shots in through the smoke. LG may be a man down, but they do have the bomb, which in and of itself counts as a man as the timer slowly starts to tick away. Daps has a kit. As LG posts up in the post plants, PKL gets the first one. Breeze is coming around the corner. He will fall. PKL doing all the work. Marky coming up short. Can he find PKL? He's trying as hard as his PKL will duck and dodge. Marky caught with no bullets, and he will fall quickly after. LG will pick up the pistol. And that was a nice pistol from LG as they get to site, get bomb, and the rest is history.
Yeah, PKL was definitely the hero there, right? It was actually looking pretty good for NRG for the retake. They had a 4-on-3 there towards the end. They had a couple of flanking monsters, so it looked like they might be able to step up and make something happen. But then PKL, he gets those next 2 kills, which tilt the balance in Luminosity's favor. And then at that point, they really have no trouble closing out the round. So 1-0 start for Luminosity. We will see a little bit of force buying here from NRG, some upgraded pistols and armor on 4 of their players. Of course, Peter saving up for the op on the first gun round. There's a stack at A for NRG here. 3 long, 2 in the bathrooms, and LG are going to push right into it. So this could get really interesting, actually.
Yeah, they have a crossfire. 2 players in bathrooms, 2 by flower pot. This is going to be first around the corner. Destiny finds him. This is going to do his best with his UMP, so the kill's going LG's way. The pistols will inflict damage upon 2 players. So NRG with the force are only able to find 2 players. AKs get retrieved. They only lose the UMPs. We'll see what LG want to invest, but the aggressive pushed up play from NRG that round almost caught them off guard.
Yeah, I mean, they were definitely in the right positions to make something happen. Just good shooting from Luminosity. They played themselves out of the situation very well, as efficiently as it gets, basically given what we were looking at. So they're going to go up 2-0, and this is where NRG is going to take a little bit of a slight save. And I did confirm with Peacemaker that he does like to be called Chiz, which pretty memey, to be quite honest.
It's easy to
feel
mispronounce.
like you can get some nice comments out of that.
Look at these. Good old shiz. As the duels are happening, man advantage for Luminosity. I mean, all things considered, these default pistols have inflicted damage. This is doable. Marky finds ahead of Yell. The molly just spreads to PKL. He has to get out of there, tuck tail, and run to short. Shiz, back in Monster, is going to do his best as he's just going to be playing in Cubby. Daps. Nice shot from Chiz as he'll find Marky. So it is all on Daps in a 1v2 Silence USP. This round will go LG's way. Good damage dealt from NRG. As Daps can hit some insane USP domers to pick up this round. Other than that, LG should have this in the bag. Daps is going to try to at least get himself a weapon perhaps for the exit. Or deny Chiz his life. And that will not be the outcome he wanted. He will fall. Luminosity go up 3-0.
Indeed.
Oh. Shiz died last second.
Not too shabby, though. Getting the 3-0 start is Luminosity after a dicey pistol round and even a second round that looked a little bit dangerous. They got themselves through it just fine, and so they will go ahead and be able to reap the benefits of that, getting their economy built up a little bit and having the 3-0 lead. But now we will see NRG onto a full buy, and we're going to see Daps and Fugly actually getting a little bit aggressive here with rifles towards A. Daps pushes in the connector, and then we have Peter making his way back towards middle now. Daps begins to fade back behind that smoke, just making sure he doesn't get picked off. Safer position for later. And this is where you're seeing one of those unique defaults I was talking about from Luminosity, where they don't put anyone at B, and just right off the bat, they're going to play slow from a 4A1 stairs perspective. And so that's a little bit different. Usually you see somebody outside B in a default like this, but definitely a lot of focus on getting bathrooms control.
Can Daps hold on? He has support from Peter from long, but that's it. Fugly is now back here with him. So Daps is going to take the wide swing. This is an untradeable angle. Fugly can't trade that one out. PKL will find the head of Daps. Fugly going to be feeling some pressure. Peter decides to fall off of the long A pressure and just fall into sight, smoke off the long walkway of bathroom, and challenge into bathroom itself. But LG, this unique default, surely working. They get the first pick, and they just settle in and force NRG forward into them if they want to find a refrag.
They're just trying to see if he can't even the odds right now, sneaking in through bathrooms. Ooh, gets caught, though, by Destiny, and that spells trouble for Energy.
Yeah, Fugly now has to fall back. He's alone in sight. Flashes over 30 seconds. He was waiting for another flash. Instead, he'll just get bullets layered into his spine. Breeze and Marky are going to be the two last remaining players from Energy, and they're already retreating. Breeze is already by Monster Pillar. Meanwhile, Marky will meet up with him, so they're going to try to save these rifles. Great start from LG. I see what you're talking about with that bathroom default. It's so strong. They don't even have to put people in bathrooms themselves. They just take the outside of bathrooms and force Energy into a weird situation where they're a man down to have to find a refrag in bathrooms of all places.
Yeah, again, it's just all about having a default where you don't have anyone B, which is something we saw some of the Danish teams doing. I think particularly Heroic with Madi. He's the guy who usually would play Monster, but he kind of talked to me and said, well, what's the point? You know, hardly anyone ever presses short or Monster anyway to even know if anyone's outside B or not. So if that's the case, there's really low risk of getting pushed and flanked and then finding out no one's B, then why don't I just add to the pressure at A instead, or go stairs and let someone that normally plays stairs go, you know, more towards bathrooms right away and just kind of really make sure that they get control of that A side a lot easier because there's more personnel involved. And so I think you're seeing that catch on a lot more. Certainly Luminosity is one of the teams in the North American region who like to do that, and they certainly saw the impact it had on that round. They were able to really overwhelm Energy over there towards middle, and that gave them the round. I mean, how quick did they get into a 5-on-3 right before the B rotation even had a chance? And so now you see Energy in a situation where they do have that one save rifle from Marky, but everyone else is just going to be on upgraded pistols and armor, except for Peter, again, who's going to be a little bit more economical because he wants an op as much as possible. And this time you will see a normal default from Luminosity. They will have Showtime outside of B, Destiny playing from the stairs, and then just kind of slowly working control of long A and middle. And it is another A stack, similar to the second round.
Yeah, Showtime's going to hold that just in case they know the pistols get a little cheeky and push. And this is pretty much an identical stack from pistol with 2 in bathrooms, 2 outside flower pot, 1 more towards long. And we'll see how LG decide to play this. I mean, the time is not their enemy right now. It's these pistols from Energy. Shit's going to tap 2 heads away. Is anyone else going to peek this man? It'd be a scary prospect to decide to do so. He finds a third. Fourth is right here. He'll finally hit the floor from the CZ of Fugly. So Fugly and Daps last 2 remaining. The M4 is down. Daps can't find PKL. He spins around in time. LG a clean 5-0. They lose 1 rifle. No big deal. He'll be able to rebuy Energy. We'll see what the buy is going to be looking like. Opt out and Peter. All the bells and whistles will be out for Energy. And we'll see what the switch-up's going to be. I mean, we've seen an aggressive stance from Peter towards long A. We've seen Daps try to hold bathrooms, but just gets overwhelmed by LG. The refrag attempted to come out from Peter by pushing into bathrooms. That didn't work. And we'll see if Energy have done their homework and have noticed that LG do like playing that default once a blue moon and might take advantage of pushing Monster. As Shiz is going to get himself into playground. 1 player is going to be holding the fountain push. Destiny gets into water, so this time LG switch it up and go for more of a basic setup where they get water control and just hold Monster and wait.
Yeah, Destiny normally plays stairs, just approaches short from the opposite side, and they move Yell's opposite as well. And Showtime just trying to creep in here through the smoke. Destiny kind of the distraction to let him slip in. Misses his chance on Breezy, though. That could have been what they needed to crack open B, but he does take down Marky. So at least he evens the odds a little bit here, and they're starting to get a little bit of breathing room. And Daps catches the bomb. That's massive, though. That could be the key frag of the round.
Yeah, bomb down. PKL, or Yell behind a smoke with his op. He has to fight through water, which is not favorable. Breezy will find his head. Showtime, same result. As it is all on Shiz in a 1v3. He's going to start taking some shots from the op. Peter, Daps finds it. So the last 2 will go the way of Energy. So it is Breezy, not Breeze. The more you know, the more you learn.
I actually asked Ryu about this directly at Atlanta event, and he said Breezy.
Okay.
But it could be Breeze, actually. But Ryu always called him Breezy, and he was his coach for a long time. So I'll just trust that. But yeah, maybe it is Breeze.
We can do both. You do Breezy, I'll do Breeze. That way we're both right? No? Okay.
I don't think that's how it works. I don't think we're both right. I think just one of us would be right. At least one of us can be right, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, that was actually looking okay for LG until that went off the bomb. That was kind of the big kill there. And now you see some aggression from Energy, really pressing up on Fountain this round. They've already taken down PKL. And so this is looking not too bad for Energy. Destiny's going to see if he can't creep upstairs and find a pick on someone falling back. But Smoke is kind of stuffing him, and so he'll just kind of redirect his attention to short. Fountain's actually outside of B as well. So it seems like that's kind of where they wanted to take things. But I think that they kind of got a wrench thrown in their plans after that initial push up A.
Yeah, it's good to see Energy switch it up and go for some aggression. And especially when they're able to get the first kill without taking a single point of damage or trading out. So that's always favorable. They have a man advantage. Shiz going to be working towards long A. Bomb's going to get retrieved. Work its way to Fountain. Breezy going to be holding it towards Monster. He's in Graffiti, but he's going to be looking towards Monster. Showtime going to go group up with the bomb. Meanwhile, Destiny's about to get a boost from Yell. He's going to look into the site. As he won't spot anybody. Marky's just playing just in pit while his teammates playing Graffiti. If that boost would have lasted a little longer, he may have been able to find Marky in the end, but instead, they are just going to fall off the boost, retreat up towards the bathrooms, and help their teammates, and then take towards A, where Daps is pushed up into bathrooms. There's 2 players from NRG on site. Daps has to worry about lane. His teammates will worry about entrance and long. So it's a tall task for LG right now. They have to trade out effectively. They're already a man down. They need the opening frag, and it's going to go Fugly's way. He'll find Destiny. Daps going to see if he can push up lane. Yell comes around. Yell may just hit the floor with a yelp, as he will actually somehow win that against Daps, as the bomb's going to get planted. This is turning around. Peter missed shot. They know where it is. Can't deny the plant. And all of a sudden, it's a man advantage for LG, and the bomb's planted. Showtime is in a spammable position, but he is just going to hold his ground, waiting for anyone to come up by dumpster. That's Peter, who is starting to prod with his op. But he needs to find a shot, and soon Showtime just had enough of it. He'll push him. He'll drop. It's all on Marky, cleaned up by Yell. A 3v5, essentially, after the entries are all done. A 3v5 win turns into a 3v0 as LG picks that up, keep the up, and it's crazy.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you've been winning the round almost the whole round, and then in an instant you just lose the round. Because HSZ just gets a couple of nice entries on the A-bomb site, and I think that duel that we were watching there for a moment with Yell stuck in bathrooms fighting that player mid, he missed his first shot, able to repeat and get the second one. That's a big difference maker. You know, if that rifler gets the kill on the Yell right there, maybe that's a little bit different because he has bathrooms control and kind of backstab Shiz. But yeah, just again, like NRG had a good thing going there, but then they lose, and now their economy's been reset, and that's obviously not what you want to have on the CT side, given that they have the more expensive guns and they have the harder economy to manage, and they're already down 6-1 as well, so it's kind of piling up on NRG now. Also, Ryu did message me on Steam, says it is in fact Breeze, so he failed me when I asked him about it in Toronto. He even called him Breezy last night in an interview with Nifty, so I'm real triggered, but at least he hit me up on Steam. And didn't like just keep throwing me on the bus. So thank you, Ms. Reese, for that for the future.
Sounds good. We have cracked the code on April Fools.
But is it Ryu or Ryu? Or is it Dash Ryu or Ryu? Important questions you guys
Dad Hat Ryu. Is Marky gonna find Showtime? Opening NRG at least get one. Fugly, Marky, last 2 remaining. LG have 4 members on the board. Shiz is gonna push up. We'll challenge Fugly. We'll find him in the end. It leaves Marky with no armor and an AK towards B. LG, great anti-eco round. NRG tried something different with players in connector. Doesn't work out in the end. They're able to drop 1, but maybe Marky can find a little bit more of this AK.
If he can't pick up some more exits, certainly saving it is great, but that is not going to happen when there's still 4 terrorists around who have plenty of money to go hunting for the frag and stop him from carrying that over. And the economy is still just wrecked, just absolutely ravaged after that reset. And so even in this round, there's really not a whole lot of buying they can do. Marky has the most money with 4,100, 3,600 on Peter. Everyone else, you know, around the 2K range. So it's one of those situations where they may see a little bit of pistol dropping happen with Marky and Peter to maybe try to make something happen, like a stack, take a gamble, maybe even push something. It's kind of just their options are open to them, but obviously you want to do something that's fairly conservative because you want to make sure you get your full buy next.
The question is, what do they do in the rifle round? Do they go for some kind of aggression towards Monster if they've been watching demos of LG and know how much they like the just neglecting Monster in their default, or do they go for that fountain push again and just take the duels head on? What can NRG do to really just get themselves around the board and try to work from there?
That again? Sorry. Ryu's giving me a lecture right now.
I was just wondering, like, what can NRG truly do to try to get around it over LG? Is it going to have to be the aggression again? Is it going to have to be 2 players in connector with support from bathrooms? Are they going to have to challenge this default head on, or are they going to have to just turtle up and wait for execution?
I mean, the A defense just have to shape up better. I mean, again, the aggression certainly worked that 1 round. They got the initial kills, but then they kind of fell apart afterwards, and that can't really happen. You know, the B defense hasn't even really had much of a chance. You know, like the times that they've hit B, they were getting the kills they needed initially, and Marky and Breeze get stuck in rotations where they're not really able to do much to help out A. So you just need to be able to see them trade more efficiently at the A side of the map. And also, like, the op has to get rolling on Peter on the CT side. Again, this is one of those maps where the op can really dictate the pace of the game. And the op always can, but this is certainly one of the maps where it's really favorable. I mean, when you think about all the best teams in the world in Overpass, typically they have an opper who's very good at being able to control things, particularly on the A side of the map, whether it be taking peeks down long or whether it be kind of pushing up on bathrooms and taking peeks at fountain and then slowly fading back. You know, just the pressure that an op can create on this map, on the CT side particularly, is very vital, I think, on Overpass. And so that means that someone like Peter, who isn't having such a great game, fair enough, no one really is on NRG yet, so I don't want to throw him under the bus or anything like that, but he's the guy that uses the gun that can have the most impact on this map.
Okay.
To be fair, the economy's been an issue, though. Like, getting your money reset, he hasn't had a whole lot of cracks at the op this game.
Well, maybe he'll get one in the next buy round. We'll see. We'll have enough money for it. Speaking of money, you don't need money for this global giveaway. You guys should enter into this global giveaway from iBuyPower and all our lovely sponsors: NVIDIA, Western Digital, Microsoft, XPG, AData. You should enter. It's free. Get your name in the hat. Contest ends April 2nd. Before we go live, go to that link, ibuypower.com/IBP-invite. Get your name in the hat. I did it right this time, Dust, and we're into a full save from NRG.
Well, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
That gives me promise and hope. I appreciate that.
One of those southern U.S. idioms for you.
Thanks, man.
Problem.
So just a deagle on Margie for them to work with. This should be LG's round if everything goes according. Showtime will be the man to go first, the squirrel, if you will, chasing down NRG with his Mac 10.
I'm glad you didn't say he was chasing down the nuts, because
I was thinking about it, but that might have been a little
too
too
maturity
on
levels
edge.
for me took over, though, so let's go down the broadcast, so that's all good. So it is just an eco round for NRG for the most part, and LG just kind of taking advantage of that by spilling into A with very low risk, even some farming by Showtime with the Mac 10 to get that extra moolah. The gun's already paid for itself, basically, after that second frag.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much worth. And Breeze is able to get one, but is even going to go for the Mac 10. He's going to get an M4 next round. Might as well just go and try to hamper the LG economy at this point, which hasn't really had too much chances to grow. I mean, they've had not too many. Like lately, they've had 3 members alive, 4 members alive, but even then, their economy still isn't at this monster state for winning as many in the row as they have. There is one round thrown in there, sprinkled in from NRG. So their economy from LG still is a little. It's comfortable, but not as comfortable as you think the scoreline would present itself to be.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they've had to do a fair amount of rebuying in some of these rounds. Like, some of these rounds they've survived with 3, so 2 have to rebuy, and when you pile that up, it does eat into your economy a little bit, so that the droppings involved and things like that. But after that save, NRG are back onto a full buy. The op is going to be in Pete's hands, and so this is where we need NRG to really step up. If this round doesn't work, they're right back to saving, and that's where Luminosity's at a double-digit scenario from their T side and ahead by 9 rounds, and that's where you're almost getting to a point of no return, or it's to be very difficult to get back in the game. So this is a really big round.
Through the molly. Destiny has no fears. Through the molly with a flash out. They're just going to take it to NRG. No holds barred. Showtime gets the first one. They are blind. Fugly and Breeze are here at least to try to challenge this as LG slowly work their way up. Nice headshot from Breeze. Pit Fugly gets caught overstepping towards the side of that, smoked by barrels. And look at Showtime. Speaking of smoke, he's going to go through this one. Breeze is still able to find a second before Daps is forced out from the molly. It leaves it all on Peter in a 1v3. And Breeze was the only one on the side of NRG really get anything going to find some frags. I mean, Daps was mollied off of Graffiti as soon as he crossed into there. Fugly trying to play off the edge of the smoke gets shut down. Brandon Bomb is in the open, and this does give Peter a bit of a chance, but look at the boost towards Heaven. Destiny's going to come up. Peter misses the shot, and that might just be round over. They're going to be holding for the repeat, although they still haven't gotten Bomb. The smoke should be able to make that happen. So Peter on 27, look for him to fall momentarily, unless LG want to just give chase and give Peter a chance.
Yeah, it definitely stinks when you're Peter and you finally get an op and they just rush B, and you get stuck in a situation like this where you can't really have any impact on the round. Just good play from Luminosity to get out Monster. I think the timing of how they got out was just unexpected because they did make a play through a molly with the smoke, and they had some good counter flashes because Showtime actually got flashed really well by NRG. Like, they used their flash on the monster push well, but then LG kind of returns fire with their own flashes, and it allows Showtime to kind of survive being blind and then get out and get kills and get into water and make plays. And then Destiny really followed him up well. with a couple of kills. So well done by Luminosity. They win a pivotal round because this sets energy back even more now. They have to think about saving again, basically, and they will. Just some P250s and a Deagle out on Marky. And maybe we'll see a couple of other pistols come in. Not too much armor, though, and probably no utility. So this is Luminosity most likely getting a 10th round. And this is a massive lead from the T side of this map.
And to make matters worse, Peter tries to get out of the heaven position to save the op, and he loses his head as he tries to. So we'll see if he's going to be able to get one in the next buy round. I mean, 4-round loss. Someone may be able to afford it. Yeah, there's no problems there. PKL, good smoke towards bathrooms. Molly towards, like, long bathrooms. Fugly's just going to be playing a bathroom. So, I mean, NRG with these upgraded pistols just going to be playing some cheeky little angles, not giving too much for LG to work with when it comes to pushes. As you can see, Breeze is pushed up on short. Peter's going to be playing close squeaky. They're pushed up in bathrooms. And again, LG is just going to work across the map. They don't have to do anything special. They can just work their default. 2 easy kills for Destiny. As NRG have no armor, going to get a buy in the next round regardless of how this one goes. Fugly sees that in armor. And LG is just going to continue to run across the map, work this out in groups of 2 because there's 2 players connector. 1 player at Monster by himself. Showtime's just crazy. As Shiz gets caught by himself. The player that was with him long, that was Yell, falls off just as Shiz dies. So that's an AK for them to work with. But LG know the B side are empty, and they should certainly have this one in wraps. It'd be a pretty
Showtime's
crazy
been
retake.
here building a settlement for the last few minutes. He's invaded B. He's putting a colony down, and so now his team is going to be flowing in to plant the bomb, and so this should be pretty much a lock. Default round from Luminosity. You can see throughout this T side from Luminosity, they've done a great job at their pacing. You know, like I said, typically they're a slower, more default team, but this is one of the maps where they definitely have put together some really quick B executes, and you've seen them pull out the fast B plays probably 3 or so times this half, and to, you know, great success on how they're spending their utility and how they're maneuvering them way into the site. And so they're building up a really big lead on this map right now, and NRG, just their economy's been in shambles through a lot of this. And so it's tough trying to play your way out of it. Luckily, they're going to get a couple of kills here, so maybe they'll get some guns to carry over, a couple of AKs perhaps, but it looks like Destiny might be able to cut off Fugly in bathrooms. Not sure if they'll actually meet up. So it looks like we will, in fact, see at least a couple of guns carried over by NRG.
Picked up by Peter, no surprise there. Utility will be looking all right on NRG's side, as it will be full for majority of players. Peter, Markey, the only 2 unable to get to the full 4 pieces to make up the utility. So 10-1. I mean, it's still already a wonderful scoreline from LG. I think it's almost at the point, Dust, where I think LG have to win, or NRG have to win out. Truly, I mean, is it getting there?
Yeah, LG had to be more than satisfied with how things are going. You obviously want to keep the momentum rolling, right? Not let NRG back into the game, obviously. But if, in fact, they never won another T round this half, I'm sure they wouldn't really worry too much about it. I think they feel pretty comfortable in the position they're in. We do see Peter changing things up. He's going to take a new position, which is not bad. You know, make him more mobile. Try to put that op somewhere it's not expected. But here we see it again, right? Luminosity shifting to a much more A-heavy default. And they've even pulled Destiny over towards middle as well now. Fugly, though, playing in these smokes, is able to get 1 frag. They find a second, does some damage through, and he's staying alive, and he's able to fall back. Will he get caught with this nade out? No, great. He got behind it.
He is stuck in the corner. Daps has to come help him out. He'll come up. Connector finds the first one. PKL doesn't get communicated, but Daps is out of bullets. He'll turn around as Peter, with Fugly in conjunction, will be able to clean up those members. It leaves it all on Yell in a 1v4. So NRG, a good collapse coming up towards Connector to just shut down this pressure. Peter will take the head off of Yell. So big plays on Fugly to stay alive there. If he falls, LG will imagine just hold W up and towards the A site.
Absolutely. Good pinch play there from Daps on the connector and Fugly inside the bathroom. Particularly just Fugly getting a kill and staying alive and being able to live the fight another day and come in and get even a second kill there on Yell. So Fugly did some great work there inside the bathrooms, and Daps certainly helped that along. And so NRG are going to be able to get a second round on the board. And really a lot of their success when they've had it has come from aggression here on the A side of the map. And so you can see the op going for that pick, not going to find it. Even a double op setup now in this round. You're going to see Daps with one as well towards the A side because Peter is actually getting boosted in B to kind of look into short to see if he can't get a pick on someone trying to get water control. But again, LG have went back to this very A-heavy default right off the bat. Destiny's already even pushed through stairs into bathrooms himself, so now it's just full A presence from LG. He has no idea.
Look at Fugly. There are 3 members on the other side of this flower pot. He's going to be playing right by Cubby in the corner by door. What can he do? I mean, he's going to see the utility. He's going to see flashes. Question is, does he peek? Does he push? Does he hold? They're going to jump around the corner. He gets 0. Nothing going his way. Daps pushed up by bathrooms with his op. PKL knows Daps is beside him or trying to push back into sight. And it looks like PKL is just going to try to flank Daps, but they've just essentially traded positions twice in a round. Daps is going to hold for the push to sight. He should see Shiz momentarily, but he gets shut down from behind. PKL finds him. Breeze on truck. Gets one. Marky, good rotations. As Yell is stuck in the smoke with his op. Bomb, critically enough, is down on top of those boxes. PKL, they're going to have to face them for PKL to win this. 25 seconds. Bomb's in an awkward spot. They use up the utility actually at the exact same time, so no more utility for NRG to work with. PKL has a smoke, but 15 seconds, and they will double peek him, and that will spell disaster. So NRG will get round number 3.
Yeah, and that's another round where LG looked like they're going to take it. They did a great job of breaking down that bait setup at long A. You know, they basically put a smoke down and isolated Fugly to where Peter, who's supposed to kind of bait for him with the op, is cut off. And so they kind of surgically took control of long A and got in the site. So really well done there. But I have to say that Breezy and Marky, the 2 B players who rotated in, just made big plays there. Just really good frags from those 2 players. They basically saved the day for NRG to get a 3rd round on the board and prevent them from getting their economy reset again. Just think about that. If they lose that round, they're probably in a situation where they have no guns in this one, and Luminosity just wind up winning the half, maybe even 12-3. Or even more than that, maybe 13-2. So that's a big round to win. But as I say that, the op of Peter has already been taken out of the equation, and it's an instant 5-on-4 for Luminosity as they pivot to just a more standard default and are able to find a pick out of it.
Yeah, Peter pushing up by his lonesome had no one else there to wide swing with him or even use utility for him. So he peeks into playground by himself, loses that engagement. Destiny playing by connector just on the other side of stairs. He'll be holding for a peek short. He'll get it. Breeze is there as well. Same fate. Destiny gets to the 3rd, ends up coming around the corner. This time, Daps will shut down Destiny. As Daps are going to play around Monster Pillar. Showtime. Ready to put on a show for Monster. Instead, he will hit the floor. So all of a sudden, it's just a man advantage to Luminosity. And Fugly with a flank will catch PKL. This round's falling apart from LG. 2v5, turn 2v2, based on positioning from NRG. And LG overstepping. Shiz gets out. Gonna escape into the smoke, into the night like Batman, as LG are gonna push onto the site. And Daps has rotated towards green bin. 27 seconds for them to plant the bomb. Daps gets spotted, can't hit the shot, however. Op v op, as Yell is gonna be posted onto Daps' position. Shiz has to cover, as Fugly is the last one remaining in a 1v2. This round started to fall apart from LG. The bomb plant may just bring this back. Fugly pushing in the site, gets challenged from the left, and that's how he will fall. 11-3. LG continue to have a wonderful T-half.
Big op kill there from Yell through the truck. That's kind of what tilted that 2v2 in their favor. Then they can just play the 2v1 trading game and close out the round. And also they benefited from getting a really fast pick at the initial part of the round as well. Good on NRG using their aggression at A to kind of play themselves back into the round and give themselves a chance. But in the end, it's Luminosity who went out in kind of more clutch situation in the late round. And so they are up 11-3, and NRG's money is quite low. You know, if they lose this round, next round, they basically won't have anything. So this really could still be... Oh, never mind. This is the last round of the half, so it wouldn't matter. Would it? Would it, Seaside? It wouldn't matter at all.
Don't matter.
This is it.
This is it. This is all.
Of course I messed that up. It's been a while since I've casted, all right?
It's been a long time since I last saw you, Dust.
I'm going to turn some type of
Shit.
Get back in the game.
Yeah, opens it up on Daps. We're back in the game. Showtime. This time going to be worried about a push coming in from second tunnel. Breeze is going to be the first around the corner. Nice headshot angle from Breeze. The fence normally eats some bullets. This time, the bullets will be right on target. And eating that will be Showtime. As we will be back into a 4v4. Bomb is left just outside of T spawn. So, I mean, LG, even when it's a 4v4, it still favors the terrorists. We'll see what LG decide to do. I mean, they have bathrooms control. They have a player in connector and outside of water, poking and prodding, spotting players, making them use some of their utility, firing some shots his way. He gets heavily tagged, but LG split them up 2-2 in this situation.
Yeah, Destiny's done enough creating pressure to keep the people at B at home, and they've already pushed back the players at A into the site so they can't get more aggressive peek on long or mid to really know what's going on. So they're denying information well, but they did just lose a player, which gives NRG, you know, better numbers for trades later on. Smokes coming in on the A-bomb side, so they will start moving up mid, and Pete, I think, may have spotted one as well, so they're starting to figure things out.
Peter Dewey gets solo peeked by Shiz towards long. Fugly behind the smoke with Marky. They're going to hold for the cross into sight as they're both going to push into truck. PKL is just going to plant the bomb. He's last one up. He gets the flick. 1v2. The stars almost align for him. Marky will shut it down. And 11-4 still. I mean, NRG have to be disappointed in that CT side. There's no other way to put it.
They almost lost that round too. I mean, I don't know that Peter needed to be in a spot where he could get attacked from multiple angles when you already have a man advantage. It may have made sense just to play back and bank and just make sure you keep the op alive. So he kind of goes down in awkward space, but luckily the rest of his team was able to handle that push pretty well in the 3v3, and so they do get a 4th round out of the half. But yeah, definitely not ideal, right? Definitely looking to get more rounds out of the CT side. This is one of the maps in the rotation that I feel definitely favor the CT side most times. Maybe now that Nuke is back in the rotation, people see that as more CT-sided. Trains always kind of had a CT flavor to it, but Overpass, definitely one of those maps where you expect big numbers from the CT side on teams that are proficient on the map. And so, yeah, they really didn't get a lot out of it, but we'll see. You know, maybe on their T side, they can, if they can win Pistol, for example, and you know, make sure they win the anti-eco round, so to speak, and kind of get this closer to a tie scenario. There still might be a game to be had here, but certainly Luminosity are probably liking how things went.
Yeah, there's not a lot of wiggle room for NRG either. I mean, they get reset once. That's almost 2 rounds for LG, certainly. So, I mean, NRG really have to be on the ball. They can afford to drop. Well, I mean, you know how many rounds they can afford to drop, but logistically speaking, they don't want to get reset even once. I mean, they can afford it maybe once, but LG have put themselves in a prime position where Pistol goes their way, the game is starting to lean their way.
Yeah, if they win Pistol, it's almost over unless NRG can win some type of force buy scenario to break them right back or to get some streak going. You know, if you allow Luminosity to roll up to 14-4, I mean, your backs are up against the wall. If you lose one more round, the best you hope for is overtime. So it's definitely one of those situations where the pistol round becomes even more important than it normally is because of how behind they are.
Yeah, I mean, everyone putting up numbers for LG as well. You can even look at the scoreboard, 15, 17, 14, 10. We're back into the game. We're back ready to roll. LG on the CT side now, NRG on the T side. As we get the second pistol underway, look for LG to just try to... I mean, well, we may see some aggression. I mean, you said they're a passive team, but if they're up 11-4, we may just see some aggression on their pistol. With a sign of a kit on Yell with 2 flashes might signal something else. Well, Daps has a smoke and 2 flashes for himself to use. NRG heading down towards connector with bomb. 1 player pushing forward. That's going to be Destiny towards Fountain. He's not going to spawn anything, and these NRG players aren't going to make any noise. So he's going to immediately fall back towards the A site. LG have 2 players towards barrels, and with no B-side pressure early, we may see an early rotation from Chiz. As NRG just going to stay connector, work out their way towards water. Yell's in heaven. Smoke's going to land out on short. Can Shiz and Yell hold on? Look at this stack. There's 1 player in pit, 2 in barrels. This is a beautiful setup. As the skirmish is going to come out, though, NRG's way. Yell has to tap away some skulls. He's able to get 1. And it's all on Destiny. This falls apart as Destiny gets 2. The 3rd is almost there, but Peter flies around the corner to find a 3rd. LG with the numbers, but NRG with the timing and the flashes to really take it to him on that site.
Yeah, I mean, you really nailed it. I mean, they were in the right positions to do well. I mean, they stacked B. They kind of felt that maybe a B hit would be coming in, so they did the right things, but just didn't win any of their duels. Peter comes up with 3 kills on that round with the Glock, so really well played by NRG to, despite the fact B in a nightmare scenario where you're playing into a stack, to be able to fight their way through it and put a round on the board. And again, a vital pistol round because, you know, they were quite down the scoreboard, and losing pistol would have likely meant, you know, we're getting towards the end of the game already pretty quickly, but now they might have themselves to play into a closer game. We are going to see LG again getting very aggressive at short B, but Breeze has picked up on this right away. He's already done a fair amount of damage to 2 of their players and forced them to retreat. So this is looking really good for NRG. You've already chipped away at a couple of players, brought them down very low. You have some information about how LG's played the round, and so they can really try to work off of that.
UMP is the meta. 3 bot up. NRG just going to be chilling out with the bomb, seeing if they can bait out a couple more peeks from the LG members with these pistols. Maybe the scout from Yell will take a nice little peek and he'll lose his head. NRG getting ready to walk out Monster, though, momentarily, while Daps works towards the A site. So if he's able to get some kills and push into the A site for free, as I say that, though, Yell's going to shut him down, so you're going to see NRG commit to this. As soon as their A-pressure player dies, they are going to commit. Showtime and Chiz playing towards Monster. That molly will signify they're coming. Are they going to be ready for Chiz to be that close? And they are. Marky, Fugly find those two. PKL, Destiny, Yell. What can these three members do? Bomb's going to go down regardless of what they're able to really get going. As one player is coming for the quick flank, that's PKL. This round will go the way of NRG, so they will get 6. And I say this maybe a little preemptively, but it's looking like they'll get 6, unless PKL, Destiny, and Yell have something crazy to do. Yell is going to save the scout. Destiny and PKL are just going to save.
With no kits, it just makes more sense to save these guns and try to pose a threat next round. I mean, certainly with a MAC-10 and a head armor, and a Deagle armor, and a scout in play, you can definitely, even next round, still maybe cause a little bit of a ruckus. So definitely better to do that than to play into a really unfavorable 3v4 and probably have no chance to win. But it looks like Yell's going to get cut off here by Peter with the Yomp inside the bathroom. So that is one gun that will definitely not carry over. But this Deagle and MAC-10 certainly should be able to make it through.
Fugly? Nah, they should be alright. Fugly's not going to push any more forward. They will save at least a MAC-10. We'll see where that's going to get placed. I imagine Connector is probably the most viable place to throw this for the team. I mean, if you play it anywhere else, there's not a lot of chances for you to get 1 kill and get out of there. If you play long A, you might get 1 kill. No way you're getting out of there alive. Push up Fountain, 1 kill, maybe. Get out of it. You're not going to get out of there alive. Connector seems like the best option for that MAC-10. As you're going to see, that's exactly where it's heading. So are multiple LG members. And it looks like Peter may just have his hands full. He's alone here. His teammates are working towards Monster. Daps is already going to be working his way out. Showtime playing Monster Pillar. Tagged up already. Teammates coming up from short. Jumping UMP from Fugly. Peter playing on the edge of the smoke. Shut down. That's the MAC-10. So now they have a UMP and a MAC-10 to work with. Shiz continues to make sure no one pushed into water, so they have water on the retake. Now, retaking B is made 10 times easier when you have water control. It allows you to get to Monster Tunnel. It allows you to come up short. And then your players can start the pinch from the A site. But, I mean, if you only have a MAC-10, a UMP, a couple armor, no utility, it's going to make life a little more difficult for him.
Sure. Again, in a situation like this, saving the head armor certainly can be viable. Even an ump carried over to the next round is certainly still something that can find some usage. So we'll see if LG can't try to recycle these guns. But NRG, they've taken the first step in the long road to get back into this game, which is getting the pistol round. So step 1 accomplished, and step 2 was to make sure you get the clean 3-0 start, and they've done that now as well. Though I will say they have to do probably a bit more rebuying now than they wanted to after losing those players there at the end of PKL with the Deagle. So that is going to kind of take some out of their economy than they probably really should have let up. I mean, you already have Peter down to $100 and Marky down to $700. The first time they lose a round, they might already have to save. Which is, if you could have kept your money clean, maybe you have another buy in you before you have to take a save after a loss. So we'll see if that has any impact on the half or not. Certainly could.
Yell flashing for his teammate as Destiny wanted to peek water. Instead, he is just going to fall back after not spotting anyone. NRG already. Look at Marky's positioning. As soon as this round starts, he's already pushed up into water and has support from Breeze, who's going to be holding for the jump up and or anyone open Squeaky. So they already have water control on the side of NRG. They may consider sending someone down connector to start making some ruckus down there. They do have a couple players looking towards Fountain, one player in Playground holding long. So good spread out play from NRG. Marky's going to start to work up towards short. Daps works up towards water. Marky, if he's able to get one and get out of here. The bomb is just outside by T-spawn, by the little booth out there by fence. PKL, if he's not careful with his peek, it might be his last. Marky unable to land the shots, down 85 himself. He'll fall back into water, which is a safe haven for NRG right now. The bomb will get picked up by fence. Peter with the op going to be posted towards Monster. LG with the numbers here. They have 2 players just focused on Monster Pit, 1 player in back pit to worry about short. But it looks like NRG going to go full-blown execution here. Flashes over. Showtime. The re-smoke's there. They have to force everyone from NRG to go towards short. Fugly has to wait for the smoke, and if they want to execute, it has to happen soon. So, I mean, they bait out some utility. NRG not going. They're not taking the full bait. Bomb is back up connector. And NRG are really all over the map using utility. Can't find picks, and now they're slowly going to get picked apart as Yell's able to find 2. Those are both of the A players. Marky's going to work out short. Shiz finds them both, and just like this, nothing goes NRG's way as they are a little indecisive in where they want to go. Use utility, run back up connector, get shut down.
Yeah, I mean, just all Luminosity holds the line there, right? Just no openings found by NRG from their default. They even kind of took away from their default a bit, and they went for a double short control with Marky and Breeze, who are normally the guys who are going to control bathrooms. But kind of taking a page out of Astralis' book, something that you see Dupree and KRB do a lot. Just kind of taking their entries away from the A side of the map that you normally see on default and really trying to make sure that, hey, we're going to get short and we're going to try to stage up at B. But again, just Luminosity holds the line all the way across. Didn't lose a single player on the round, I don't think. And so they win the first gun round. And here you can see that impact, right? Now they didn't really carry over all those guns. They didn't save that money. They're immediately saving in this round, which means Luminosity can push this to 13-7 in much easier fashion. And it's just going to help that along, taking a pick already on Marky. He's trying to find something there from the sandbag. So looking real good for Luminosity. They're starting to already put a little bit of a damper on that comeback effort from NRG.
Yell shutting down the long pressure. Fugly last one up. Deagle and armor in hand, can't find a single shot. That pretty much sums up this game so far, as he'll go down. LG get to 13. NRG, we'll see what the buy is going to be looking like. I mean, Fugly can drop it up. It's going to be a little low here. It does.
This is hopefully where NRG can start putting something together. I mean, they're going to have the op in Peter's hands now. They have AKs across the board. They're a little bit limited on utility, I would say. I mean, a couple of their players only have one smoke, and Peter has no nades. So that does take away a little bit out of your options. Like, you can't really do a fake, for example, and spin utility and still have utility left over to do your real execute. So you have to be a little bit more crafty on how you want to play the round. You know, maybe you just really rely on picks and then you save all your utility for the actual execute itself, or you do something a little bit faster pace, but then you don't have utility in the post plant. So there's a lot of limitations now to NRG, even in this round with a buy. They go straight for their default, Fugly outside B. Daps working upstairs now to the top, neck with Peter to see if they can't start getting some mid control at bathrooms. Yell, though, really patrolling long A with this op, so that's kind of limiting Marky from being able to move up that direction for now. But you do see them slowly working their way forward. Peter looking for a pick with this op from middle into the A-bomb site.
Yeah, Yell's playing for from Sign. He doesn't really have to worry about long due to Destiny's position. So, I mean, Yell's in a pretty good spot. Destiny's going to be playing towards post. Fugly, outside Monster, just going to be applying pressure. NRG have yet to really commit anywhere. They'll gain bathrooms control, but the bomb is quite far off from any member. So if NRG get the opening pick, it's going to take a while for the bomb to get there. So I think NRG are in a spot where the first pick almost doesn't really tell where they're going to go.
Yeah, I think that the plan has always been for Fugly to eventually swing back around and grab it, and so that's what you're seeing now. The focus is definitely at A. This is about as standard of a default round as it gets, but Destiny could really just throw a wrench in everything. He gets behind Breeze. It's a big kill. Yell takes out Peter, so that op is down. Only Marky's found the frag thus far. It's getting real scrappy here, but LG has the advantage.
Man advantage. Yell's still alive on site with the op. He hears Marky coming from long, finds the nice shot to shut him down. Daps gets spotted. Instead, Daps terminates Yell in response. BKL's spray completely off the mark. Damage is dealt. Shiz needs to land one bullet, and that's it. Time runs out. Daps gets an op and gets out of there. Luminosity on 14.
Luminosity are looking real good now. I mean, they've been ahead most of the game. It's always been a very comfortable game for them. They've never really felt threatened too much. Even that slight comeback effort in the first 2 rounds of this half never really got close to taking their lead from them. And now they have NRG on a scenario where they have to kind of force buy this round and make sure they still have some money to work with next round with their loss bonus. But they're not going to get another real full buy unless they can win a few rounds in a row off these forces. So that means that LG is going to have the economic advantage for probably the rest of the game unless NRG can just really start streaking rounds off the back of these Tech 9s. Again, went for that double short push with Breeze and Marky. And now they're going to try to look for some type of B execute, it seems like. Again, very limited on utility. They have enough flashes and a couple smokes though to try to see if they can't get inside this B-bomb site. But there is that stack at B. You see PKL, the normal rotator, has, you know, committed to helping out these guys at B for now.
The bomb's going to fall off, so I think the op got thrown over to Peter there. And he is just going to fall off while one player continues to keep some pressure towards Monster. Destiny pushed up. He can just shut this entire round down for NRG. We'll see if they check this close corner. They're going to have to double peek it. If they come one by one, it may spell doom. As NRG get ready, the op from Yell's posted on connector. And again, NRG a little second guessing themselves. They make noise towards connector and fall back into water.
They haven't spent their utility just yet, so they still have that to actually go for the execute. They've just been kind of feeling things out. But now that Destiny's pushed behind stairs and they're just trapped, this is all put over.
Yeah, it's a slaughter. Shiz, PKL, Destiny, finding frags all over the place, shutting down Daps as he's the last one remaining, 34 HP. He's going to be playing in this little cubby. I mean, I think they know he's doing this. Yeah, he'll just peek out and drop immediately. So, match point for LG on their pick. NRG, look at little flat-footed. Maybe they'll need some insoles.
Oh.
Does that mean? I'm not mean, dude.
No. That was totally fine. Of course, I'm not the person you should be asking about whether or not
if
a joke's too edgy or not. Reference game on point. Making fun of myself, of course. Can't make fun of yourselves, though. Then
you ain't living.
So, a little bit more to work with, though, for NRG here. They do have 3 AKs in play. They have a bit more utility at their disposal as well, but no op. Still, certainly could have been beneficial. We do see some aggression from Luminosity up front, but then they quickly fade back. They're not finding the pick. No need to risk anything. They're well ahead. But we do see them really pressuring Monster here. Look at this double peek. This could get real interesting, depending on how this peek goes. Even trade thus far. So not too bad, but there's where the balance gets tilted.
Yeah, showtime. They weren't ready for a second player. They're pushed back.
Well,
Destiny
that
catches Peter with a nade out. Yeah, there's nothing worse than that. Yeah, well, there's up. Almost finds Marky. Instead, Marky comes out on top. But, I mean, 2v3. Marky has a minute on the clock for him to work his AK out. Daps can't do much with his Tech 9 until he gets up close and personal. Marky goes down. Daps, last one remaining. He'll fall to PKL. Same result, 16-7. LG